Lone Surf Commando here with another how-to video. I'm going to take my CMMG 22LR conversion magazine for my AR-15 and take it and convert it from the gray color that it comes in into black. I just like the black color a little bit better with my rifle. I like the looks of it and how it's going to work, so I'm going to dye it black. There's only a few things needed to do this process and procedure. One is we're going to take the magazine apart. Two is we're going to use the RIT black liquid dye. I've used the powder dye before and it doesn't work as well. It seems to come out purplish, a dark purple color. The liquid comes out a definite black color. So I use some of that. We need a 3/32 Allen wrench, and then these disposable tins that you can get right from the sort of the paper plate section in the grocery store. You can usually buy these in a 3 or a 5 pack, pretty cheap. And actually this will be setting in a larger frying pan just for protection. They're pretty flimsy, so I don't know how well it would stand up to the burner directly, and I don't want to make a mess of the whole stove. So that you'll see coming up. So anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and disassemble this thing. The first thing to do is on the bottom here, you'll see there's a little button or a nub there. What we can do is depress that down and at the same time push this green piece out. It'll come out there. I'm going to hold this so it doesn't spring up on me. That comes out. Discard that, and then the whole assembly, the spring and the follower will all just come right out here. Do a little coaxing there. Okay, and that all just comes out, and that's how you would take it apart anyway, just to kind of clean it and keep it lubed or anything that you want to do for any sort of maintenance. Then it does come apart here with, there's just 6 cap head screws that use your 3/32 Allen wrench on to get those out, and then we can take this thing apart and split it into 2 halves, and that's just really so we can take this thing and not trap any moisture or anything inside. We'll be able to dye it and ensure that it's all cleaned out prior to putting it all back together. I presume it could probably be dyed all together, but again, like I said, there might be moisture entrapment or something like that in there, so I don't know that I want to deal with that, so it's just easy enough to take it apart. And there's the last one, and it just flips apart. There's no other moving parts inside. It's just a molded, whatever kind of material it is. I don't know if it's a reinforced glass or what it is. It's pretty strong material, very hefty, these CMMG magazines, and they work very well. So anyway, let's take it up to the kitchen and start the process. Okay, so we've got the water. We're going to bring it to a simmer here on the stove top. Like I said, I put the disposable insert into a frying pan just for safety. Added a little bit of water in that frying pan as well. I didn't want to damage it. Wouldn't be too good to get my wife too unhappy with me for doing my projects in the kitchen. Anyway, so we're going to let this thing get up to a simmer, just below a boiling point, get it pretty hot, and then put the pieces in and let them soak in there for about 20 minutes. Seems to be about the right amount of time frame. Pull them out and rinse them, and then just do the second one. So I'll do a little time lapse here, or it's a little time lapse that's going on here to see the process, what's going on there, and then we'll come back to the bench and start putting it back together. Okay, here we are back at the bench, and we got the parts. They're now black, as you can see, inside and out. There's some light areas inside, but I wasn't worried about that. That's just some air bubbles that were trapped in there. But the outsides are completely black. Looks like on the camera a little bit of glare makes them look discolored, but they're very black, and they look excellent. They look like they were molded in black to begin with. So now we're just going to go ahead and put it all back together and just do a quick function test. Probably the longest part of this whole project here, other than waiting for the dye to get ready. Anyway, we're going to take the follower and put it back in here. Just feed that all the way back up to the top, and then push this pin back in there. Take this part, stick it back. Wait, wrong way. Got to put it in the right way. That'll help. Poke that in there and depress that. Use the Allen wrench to poke that in there, and then pull it back out, slide it in, that little pin pops back in there, and it's ready to go. And there you have it. There's the completed product, ready to go out and have a little bit of fun at much less of a cost than the 223 or 556 round. So this is a great conversion. I've been very happy with it. It's the CMMG 22LR conversion for the AR-15. Highly recommend it. Really have fun shooting.